Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not.
Good day. What do you need?
Have you seen a worn-out old whore who usually stands outside here?
She disappeared yesterday and hasn't been back since. I heard her former husband was found dead at home with his balls chopped off and his wife strangled and her eyes scratched out and the house ransacked and robbed.
Oh, fuck.
They say it looks like a butcher's yard there. No one can say for sure if the old bitch had anything to do with it. But I'll wager the shirt on my back you won't be seeing her around here again.
How's trade? Any trouble around these parts?
Nothing we can't handle.
Have you got a bed for the night?
Aye. For how long?
Just the one night?
No problem.
Here you are.
You'll like it.
May the Lord watch over you.
Jesus Christ. Good luck then.
What is it you want here? Jesus Christ! Your clothes!
I'm interested in your service.
Uh-huh.
Proper bar.
I'm sure you'll... May the Lord watch...
Go. We've only just arrived. Hey, Henry.
Are you happy here?
It's not worth a damn. If I had any choice, you wouldn't see my heels for dust.
Well, what's happened? Did you two get yourselves into trouble?
A fine friend you are, assuming it's our own bloody fault.
Oh, come on. You know what you two are like. I had to ask.
Well, perhaps with that monk. But now, the foreman's got it in for us. If he could, he'd skin us alive.
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like. We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us. He's got us down for a pair of parasites.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing. But with them around, we can't even get to work.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once, he's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
I'd never have guessed he's like that.
Well, get a job here as a hand, and you'll soon see.
And what does he do during the day? Does he work with you?
Good one. He keeps his eye on everything, but his hand only touches the saw when the miller shows up, which isn't that surprising.
Why?
The last time he did anything, he almost took his thumb off with a chisel. I wouldn't put an axe in those paws of his either.
So he's clumsy and arrogant. That's what you said about your last master, that Nimoy.
Aye, but at least you could sneak away from old Nimoy for a bit. No chance of that around here.
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working at a mill. But not with him around. It's unbearable, and there's no one I can complain to. but you could.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they? They hired us.
Back then, making promises was enough.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion seriously. So, will you do it for us? Again?
Fine. I'll try and talk to him.
I'm glad. But try not to get on his wrong side. You won't get anywhere with him then.
I'll keep that in mind.
Goodbye.
Glad to see you, Henry.
Matthew told me your foreman's a fool, and you're not exactly filled with Christian love for him.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
Drown him? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day here. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
Well, how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out. I was up to my waist in water.
I see. Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too. So you want to pay him back?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
I spoke with him briefly and he doesn't seem so horrible.
Then you ought to try working with him. He's a sneaky bastard and arrogant. You should see how he puffs himself up when he's off to play dice with Lawrence.
Who's Lawrence? Another mill hand?
Aye, but at the neighbouring mill. They call him the Wren. Damned if I know why. Thomas goes there to play dice with him.
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. And what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Matthew going to see her. But Thomas is the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock.
And what do you want to do about it?
No fucking chance. Matthew,
So how do you plan on dealing with it?
perhaps. But first,
And you think that will help?
maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat.
That...
So why don't you arrange a fight with him? If we win, he'll leave us alone.
What?
We could lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play that. See you later.
God be with you.
So what do you think about the workers I brought you?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by now.
I heard them say something else.
So they're complaining, are they? I provide for them, and all they do is slack off.
Isn't it the miller who provides for them?
He can't manage the work anymore. If it weren't for me, there'd be nothing left standing around here.
But you need the help anyway. And they're pretty handy.
Maybe, but they're in no danger of overworking themselves. They act like they're too good for the mill, and I saw them eyeing up Jane.
Nothing strange about that. She's a pretty girl, and she's of an age to marry.
It's not marriage they've got on their minds. They'd have their way with her, then before her belly started to grow, they'd have run for the hills.
Look, we can reach an agreement. You need the mill fixed, they need the money. If they have peace to do their work, they'll be able to finish it faster.
But
And then they'll take their groschen and leave. The mines will open again, and the faster they get their money, the quicker they'll be gone.
But do you really think I can trust them to do it? Will they do their work and leave? And leave Jane alone in the meantime?
Of course. They're not interested in the mill. They just need the coin to pay their debts. Once they've got enough, they'll have...
I never thought we could sort...
I've known them for a long time, and you can rely on them when it comes to this.
All right. If they keep their part of the bargain, I'll even give them a few extra groschen. God be with you.
Greetings!
It took some doing, but I made a deal with him.
I'm glad to hear it. So we can stay here?
He'll leave you alone, but there are conditions. Once you finish your job...
And that's it? I thought...
Oh, and you're to stop dallying with the miller's daughter. Keep on mucking about with her and you'll muck things up for yourselves.
The fucking bastard. He can go fuck himself. He'd better give us enough groschen to make it worth it. But I suppose I should thank you. You may have brought us some peace and quiet. Goodbye.
My humble greetings. May the Lord watch over you.
Glad to fucking see. Good luck then.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Good day to you.
One of your hands told me you're holding a cumin captive.
You've heard correctly. I have my own plans for him, but I need a bit of help.
I'll help you. I've got some unfinished business with the Cubans.
I'm guessing you're from Skalitz, then.
I am.
Very well, then. I plan to question the bastard and find...
I'm guessing you want to return all the...
Very funny.
All right. I'll get it out of him.
Do you speak Hungarian?
No, I don't.
Then you won't get anything out of him. But if you want to help, you can. A little down the river is a mill. The men said there's a vagrant there who swears in Hungarian when he's playing dice. You could go there and find out if he knows any more than curses.
All right. I can handle it.
Thanks. God be with you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Huh? My respects to you.
Whose house is this?
It's our local custodians. The most esteemed Sir Sebastian.
You don't seem to think very much of him.
Well, of course I do. A man with a nose so stuck up that it acts as a rain funnel can't be all bad.
What does the custodian do anyway?
Well, he's meant to look after the local community and keep the peace.
But
in fact, he seems more interested in robbing everyone blind.
I'm much obliged.
Don't mention it.
You look bored.
Beyond tears.
How can you be bored here in Sasau, in such a holy place, filled with knowledge?
Don't even talk to me about it. They won't let you touch the books, they don't want to talk to you, and when I wanted to look at the remains of St. Procopius, at least, they ran me off. Me! Like some kind of thief. What good is the whole blasted monastery if I can't even do that?
Well, they say there's not much left of poor Procopius.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm not blaming you. It's just that only monks have access to the reliquary in the crypt. Folk were even taking relics away from St. Procopius' cave for protection before. Now no one's allowed in there.
I know, but I'd never dream of doing that. I just wanted to touch them for luck.
Maybe I could help you.
How? You're not planning some mischief, are you?
No, not at all. I was going to bring you something from the cave under the monastery where he spent his time. You can get in there, you could touch it for luck, and then I'd return it.
Oh, now. You'd do that for me?
Of course.
Then I'd be very grateful to you. God be with you.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm helping at the infirmary now, and I came to...
Ah, and how is Johanka? Do you know her well?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. Does she ever talk about me?
Sometimes. A little.
That's good. Excellent. Johanka means a lot.
I'm mainly here for supplies and to talk about the state of the wounded from Skalitz. They need blankets, food...
Well, that's not my problem. Let the infirmarius take care of it.
His hands are tied. Until the abbot comes back, he can't get anything.
And why should that interest me?
Maybe because of Johanka.
What precisely are you getting at?
She has a kind heart. Everyone can see how deeply she cares about the wounded. If you help her selflessly, it'll win her over. She's bound to be impressed.
Maybe you're right. It will cost me something, but I'll discuss it with Nicodemus. I should be able to help in some way. Take care now.
Just as I thought. There aren't any remains here. Looks ordinary. A bit too ordinary. I've got a bowl for you from the...
A bowl? What was it?
Behold!
Ah! Is it really from St. Procopius?
Yes, from his cave. A truly astonishing place. This surely has miraculous powers.
You're right. My God, you're right. Such holiness. I'm in your debt, Henry. How can I repay you?
Groschen never hurt.
You've surely earned. And Henry,
Yes?
I just wanted to touch it for luck. If you took something you shouldn't have, I expect you'll put it back. See you later.
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg hurts like fuck.
I actually have some...
Really? Farewell.
Please, help me.
These wounds have been well taken care of.
What?
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well...
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't...
Weeks? My God, I have to get back to work sooner than that.
What's the problem? Why can't you stay until you heal?
I have a family. I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in?
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it.
And do you remember what the herb...
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. So
I'll try to find some.
Thank you.
Farewell. These wounds have been well taken care of. These wounds have been well taken care of. These wounds have been well taken care of. He'll be able to get out of this on his own. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly. What do you do here?
What I can.
Do you know anything about...
A little. I can
And what do you do?
Mainly, sometimes I...
Thank you.
God be with you.
Greetings, Henry.
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see.
But what can we do?
Us.
One of the... Listen, all I need... Who was injured. He mentions...
Herbs.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here. There won't be too many.
Thank you. Would you teach me more?
Certainly.
I'm interested in...
Wouldn't you rather...
Well...
Good luck to you.
Hopefully I have...
Thank you. With any luck, I'll see. If you find the time, stop by to see me in a few days.
Good luck to you. Let's see what you can seek. Let's hunt something. Hare. Sakra. It's hellishly deep here.
Yeah. 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 Let's hunt something. Hare.
I'm at your service tonight.
I see there's not much going on around here. So you've stayed here on your own?
Quite so. All by myself. All the others were either killed by the Cumans or fled to Rattay.
I'm sorry to hear that. And what's keeping you here, alone?
My older brother ran away with the wandering players, so when our father was on his deathbed, he made me swear I'd never leave our home.
I can see you took your vow seriously.
I did. And it's starting to get dangerous around here. Again.
The Cumans?
If it were Cumans, I'd grab an axe and that would be that. But a week back, some rabble made their way through here. They begged me for food, and mark my words, they weren't taking no for an answer. If they'd been just a tad hungrier, I swear they would have stormed the cottage.
There are gangs like that around, true. I saw the mess they left behind. Savages.
It was horrible. People tried to find shelter in the church.
And where did you hide?
By the grace of God, I got my family away into the woods.
And I don't see your family with you.
No, it takes better man than them to track me down.
Do you think folk will ever go back to their homes?
Oh, I don't know about Skallets, but the folk here are sure to want to come back. The only thing they're missing...
Do you mean the priest?
Indeed. When the land's at war, noblemen fight to protect their property. But simple folk want someone to tend their souls.
Of course. But it was the Skallets parish priest who ministered here, wasn't it?
He did. But there's been no sign of him since the attack.
That's true enough.
But if you're interested, young fella, maybe you could...
Isn't it up to the bishop to appoint a priest?
Oh, you're probably right. But he don't seem interested in doing it. Why waste time finding a priest for a village with just one old fool in it?
Yeah, you're probably right. I can always ask, but I've really got no idea where...
I can help with that. A few years ago, there used to be another priest in Skallets.
Simon. Father Simon. I remember him. That's...
Aye. I don't want to spread rumours, but they say he was in love with his housekeeper. And...
Sodom and Gomorrah. Clerics today.
They're men, just like the rest of us, with man's passions. Well, to finish the story, Simon left the parish and ran away. You know that already. There was neither sight nor sound of him for a long time.
And what's he doing here?
That's just it. People say he's become a hermit.
All right. And where can I find him?
I couldn't tell you exactly, but you could start by talking to that girl. Well, they live on a farm nearby, and it's likely they know more.
I'll go and see what they have to say for them.
God go with you, lad, and I pray you find him. If some heathens stop...
Don't worry. I'll...
Well.
Yeah. 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 Your money or your life. You're dead. You call that combat? That's in. Bring it on. Here. I'll slaughter you. Don't hurt that lad. You asked for it. Bring it on. I yield. Enough.